Welcome back to the Thinking Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Coach Emery, aka Emery McMillan. And today I have with me Wednesday Iana, and she is the owner of Kaked Boutique Company. She's going to introduce herself, and I'm going to jump in with a bunch of questions like always.
What up, y'all? It's your girl, Wednesday Iana. I am the owner and founder of Kaked Boutique Company, LLC, as well as Wednesday's Cake Designs, as well as a whole bunch of other things, but we'll just keep it short.
All right. So tell us a little bit about Kaked Boutique Company and where that came from. First, that name is dope, but where did that come from?
Well, I'm originally known for my cakes, being a pastry chef and baking and doing custom cakes, wedding cakes, birthday cakes, anniversary cakes, any kind of cake that you could think of. So with that, I got called the Cake Lady. I got the name as the Cake Lady, and that followed on with me. But I've personally always been into fashion. I've always loved dressing up, being extra girly, clothes, all of that stuff. So I ventured off into doing a boutique and named it Kaked Boutique Company, except for cake is with a K instead of a C.
Got it. Now, if you watch the show or listen to the show, you do know that she was on season 3 as well. So we kind of talked about a lot of this, where that came from, the inspiration came from. So we're doing like a follow-up with Wednesday and seeing what's going on with her now, updating everything and kind of getting you more on the visual, just to kind of see what's going on. So tell us what's been up with Cake. Tell us what's going on with you, anything you want to share. And then I got a lot of questions. So.
Oh, well, in August, I can't remember the last time when we did the last episode, if I had the website up or not, but the website is up now. It's www.kakeboutique.com. We have an Instagram page as well, which is lacking followers. Y'all get on there and like your girl's page.
All right. And what is it? What is the page so they can like it?
The Instagram page is Kaked Boutique _company on IG. And I've just been printing a lot of sweatshirts, hoodies. It seems like the boutique has kind of taken on a mind of its own with the printing aspect of it, because the people love the designs that I come up with creatively, because I design clothes as well. My mother is a seamstress, so I've been designing clothes for a long time, but printing on the garments has been something relatively new for me. I'm still learning, still growing in that department.
Yeah.
Which is exciting for me. I was up in the wee hours of the morning last night and created some more dope stuff.
Nice.
that I haven't dropped yet. So I love that aspect of it. I'm gonna get more into TikTok. I'm gonna get more into TikTok. I am, because I think that TikTok is a great way to exhibit how you can put items together, how you can put clothes together. Because a lot of times I could print out a hoodie or I could print out a t-shirt, and you might see it and say, I like it, but you may not know really how to put it together. And it's not until the consumers see how you put it together that they're like, oh, I can put that with this, or I can do this like that. So I think I'm going to get more into that. So if you guys are interested in following me on TikTok, I already have a page, and it is Wednesday _Iana
on TikTok.
So check me out on TikTok too.
That's what's up. Yeah. Definitely what's up. So what is it that you feel is unique about your brand that's different from a lot of other companies or a lot of other brands that do similar things like what you do? Like, what sets you apart?
Absolutely. I always feel like I'm what set me apart from other brands. You know what I mean? My way of thinking, my way of putting things together, my thought process. You know what I mean? Like my knack for colors. Like, I have a crazy knack for colors. I've always had that. knack for colors. Like I did that with the cakes as well. But
Yeah.
I think that, I'm always reaching to stand out from other brands and other companies by doing something that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, the bling strings that I use on my hoodies. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen any other companies using those or doing that. So I tried, or the mirrors. I put mirrors on my hoodies. Like I literally sold mirrors onto my hoodie. So, so, I think that my out of the box thinking, me being me, my mother named me Wednesday. There's not many. So I feel like, this has been a individual thing from the beginning.
Right.
So
She knew what she
I
was
just,
doing.
yeah,
That's what's up.
absolutely.
That's dope. Now, with her being the seamstress, her being many things that she does, did you feel at all like, because a lot of times when our parents do things, we run from it for a while. Did you ever have that? Like, were you drawn to it, or did you run away from it initially?
I've always been drawn to it. Even before I knew that it was fashion. You know what I mean? Like, my mother has pictures of me from 2 and 3 years old with little heels and dresses and hats and stuff on. I've always been a very girly girl and loved like accessories and clothes and stuff like that. So it's always been my thing. I was 13 years old walking in the grocery store with high heel shoes on. Like that's just always been me. So it's just, I would say that the cakes is where I learned my creativity. And in doing the cakes, I got more creative in every aspect, with everything that I'm good at doing, which is kind of a lot. So my mom definitely helps push that out of me more. I
Yeah.
think we do it for each other. So we're a great team together.
I like that. I like that you said that, because I mean, you said before, like that's like, creatively, that's where it all comes from initially,
That's what, yeah, I can't, like, this pillow, my mother made it.
Now, is that like a tree on
Like,
there?
this is one of my mom's pillows. Like, if you can see here, she's got her little label on there, PC Genesis.
Right.
Well, shout out to her. My mom is dope, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I swear that's where I get it from. You got to get credit where it's due. I get
Absolutely.
that creative gene from her for sure.
Absolutely. So what's next for Caked? What's next for you? What's on the horizon? What's the thing that's really like during COVID a lot, really during COVID? How has COVID impacted business, and how has it allowed you to rebrand, or if you rebranded at all during COVID?
I didn't have to do any rebranding because I really just dived in with Kaked Boutique and Company really during COVID.
Mm.
I dived into it. I launched a website. I got everything going with that during the pandemic. The pandemic has been a blessing for me, honestly. It allowed me to be home. It allowed me to really put the work and the energy into what it is that I set forth to do,
Yeah.
which was launch the boutique and had and produce dope stuff.
Dope stuff. I like that. That's my word. So I'll let you borrow it.
I want to say the other word, but I'm trying to
yeah.
keep it PG this time.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Being considerate. You can say dope shit though. That's one thing you can't say is dope shit.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's I love that.
Yeah, the pandemic has definitely been a blessing for me. The support has been there completely. People have been purchasing items. You asked what was next as well, right?
What's next?
Without giving away too much too soon, I definitely would love to have a physical location in the near future. I see it being a really, really, really big thing, and I would love to go. I would love to have chains of Kaked Boutique companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like chains, would you want it all in one place, or would you want one like Georgia, Texas? Like, would you want it all over the
Yeah,
country? Or?
I want them in different places. Just like you can find a JC Penney's or a Macy's everywhere, I would love for you to also be able to find a Kaked Boutique Company in your local shopping district.
Right. That's dope.
Absolutely.
Very dope. So what will stand in the vein, closely into the vein of COVID? What advice would you have for business owners or people who were impacted business-wise due to COVID? And what advice would you give them, to kind of keep going or being motivated in that space?
I feel like if it's your dream or if it's your passion, if it's something that you're really interested in doing and it drives you to do it, keeps you up at night, it keeps you going throughout the day, then continue to do that which makes you happy, continue to do that which feeds that desire inside of you to have what it is that you want. So don't stop, don't give up, keep going, because troubles won't last always.
Right. I dig that. I love that. I love that a lot. Now, so with keeping going and building things, I know you can't talk about, what's really on the horizon a lot right now, but what do you feel is the thing that keeps you going the most when it comes to Kaked? I know you said, follow and lean into your passion, but what keeps you motivated with fresh ideas? What keeps you motivated, and what keeps you, renewing yourself and reinventing yourself when it comes to Kaked?
Honestly, I think that I have to give all the credit in that department to God, because it's and this is for people who will really be able to relate to this. When you really have something inside of you that is more of a spiritual aspect than of yourself, you know what I mean? Then you can't rest. You cannot rest. It won't allow you to rest. You know what I mean? You have to succeed, like it drives you, it keeps you up, it keeps you going, your thought process is centered all around it.
Right.
So I say that comes from God, when there's something that, he has for you to do, then
right. Keep
like
going
a
until it's
birth.
done. Right.
It's like a birth. You keep pushing until you give birth to that thing. And then you nurture it and you take care of it and you grow it as it gets older. And that's just, I have to give that credit to God.
I like that. I like that a lot. And you know me, man, I same thing, like with the passion. I ain't even gonna get into what I do. It's about you right now. But I will ask a couple questions about centering yourself. And since you gave credit to God, like how do you when it's difficult, when things get thick, do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you do both? Like how do you go internal? How do you recenter, recalibrate?
Well, there's a couple things that I do, but I definitely start with prayer. I got up this morning. I just relocated to Florida, and I realized I had went through so much to get down here. That is a whole nother story of itself. But I realized, I'm like, dang, since you've been down here, you ain't got on your hands and knees and prayed yet. So I had to get down on my hands and knees this morning and pray. So I really feel like prayer, you know what I mean? Prayer changes things. It's necessary to do. Meditation, I do here and there. I don't do it as much as I pray. Mm-hmm. But the other thing that I do to center myself and keep myself motivated, keep myself fed spiritually, is I listen to a motivational speaker called Les Brown. And I absolutely positively love him.
Yeah.
Like he is like the best to me. I can listen to his speeches and his YouTube videos over and over again.
Right.
I never get tired of them. They always find new jewels in them, even if I heard it before. So he's definitely someone that I listen to. I listen to music. Music can be therapeutic in that aspect as well. But definitely God and Les Brown carries me through.
Nice. Now that's dope. And I love Les Brown too. I love the fact that his personality is very different. When you think motivational speaker, inspirational person, he's very cool uncle-ish with it, right? He's not like this You know, he's not too wise where he's out of touch, but he's not too young where he's trying to be hip. He's really just like in that
Right.
safe space where he's like, he'll tell you the story and he'll tell you with all of the adjectives and descriptive words in it, but it
Right.
won't be too far-fetched from, you know, what you can relate to. So I love that he's able to transcend generations like that.
Absolutely. Like, so much so that, you know, I mean, over the years, I've had my mother, especially, has told me, you know, that I should get into that. I've never really wanted to, but throughout the years of me meeting new people and talking to people, so many people have told me that you
Oh
need to do.
man.
So I'm just like, oh, like lately, with what all has been going on in my personal life, I feel like I'm being pushed in that direction. So it's a good possibility. I mean, I started out with the podcast, which was not so motivational speaking, but it was speaking.
Right. It got you ready. It got you ready though.
Yeah, it prepared me. So that's something to look out
So we
for.
might be hearing something on the horizon for you from that. That
Absolutely.
wow. Well, I'm excited about that because personally, just the communications that we've had, being able to be inspired by you and be able to mutually inspire each other, I think that that is definitely something I feel like you are good there. You know, you're definitely good there, and I think a lot of people can relate to you and your story. Everybody's story is different, so when you hear these people who
Mhm.
are out there, you want to hear from somebody who feels more like you, so that you can take the same lessons that they're sharing and apply it to your life. So, you know, Les Brown may be great for somebody, but somebody else may have absolutely no interest in what he's talking about because it doesn't relate whatsoever with them. So I think that
Right.
your perspective will be unique enough to where there'll be a following specifically for you. So I love that.
Absolutely. Like someone told me yesterday on my Facebook page, he asked me when I was going to start back up the podcast. And I'm just like, oh, you know, I don't know. I don't want to talk about the subjects that I was talking about. You know, there's so much more to talk about than that. So I don't really know if I'm going to, you know, go
Yeah.
back into it in that direction. And he was like, you know, well, whatever you do, make sure you speak because when you talk, people listen.
They
And
do.
I said, wow. And I just feel like those little confirmations like that, you know, you
Right.
have to take heed to. So like I said, you know, I'm driven by God. So whichever way he wants to take me is the way I'm gonna go.
I love it, man. I mean, if it's in you, you know where it came from. So I'm already expecting something gonna be coming out. I'm already ready for it. The next thing I will ask you about is, and I'm talking about just a couple like spiritual hot topics right now, since we're on the spirit side of things.
Okay.
Do you do manifestations or vision boards?
I have not done my vision board yet. Which is so crazy that you asked me about this because I promise I thought about this morning. I thought about this vision board this morning before I prayed. So the fact that you just brought it up to me again, one of those jewels you have to catch, you
Yeah.
know, when things are being given to you from a higher source, you know, you had no way of knowing that that was something that I had even thought about
No
earlier today.
idea.
Here you go, ask me about it. I have not done a vision board yet, but I am really gonna get on top of doing it.
Well, I just have a suggestion. Take it or leave it. You don't have to take it. But when you do it, I think that because it's you, I think you might want to record that process because it's probably going to be some fly stuff that people will really want to like, yo, can you show me how you did this
Listen,
part and
because
that
I'm
part?
not making no average
I already know. I already know. That's why
I'm
I'm
not
saying that.
making no average vision board. And that's the
Right.
reason why I probably procrastinated so long on doing it because I know that it's going to be extravagant. I told my girlfriend a while ago, like, I'm framing my joint and putting it on the wall. Like,
Right.
so it's got to go with my house.
Right. See? And that's so yeah, I think, but definitely I would say if you can somehow record that process, because that's gonna make for one hell of a YouTube video. I already know. Because I just the way your brain work and the way you create things, I already know how that'll be. So
That's dope. Thanks for that.
no doubt, no doubt. It's royalties. So so affirmations. Do you do any affirmations, or are there any things like mantras, anything that you do or say that you regularly say to keep yourself going, or do you just kind of gotta flow?
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
That's the
I can do
ultimate affirmation
all
right there.
things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
Man, that's got to be, oh, this is one that I've been saying for the last probably 6 months or so. Lord, I don't want it if it's not something that you want for me to have.
Wow.
If it's not what you want me to have, I do not want it. Whatever it is, I only want what it is that you want from me.
That's dope. That's dope, and that's important too, because when you're on a internally led journey and guided by God and by Spirit, often we have these things we want, right? But they don't align with where we're going. They don't align with what we're being called to do. So I think that that's very important. That's a dope one. Can you say it again for the people like way in the back that didn't hear you?
Lord, if it's not what you want me to have, then I don't want it. I only want what it is that you want for me to have.
Man, that's like, you don't need no other affirmations. Them two right there. That's like your infinity stones, man.
That's a real statement, man, because like you said, we be wanting so much. There's so many things that we say we want, and sometimes we don't even know why we want them. Exactly. Or we want them because it looks good that someone else has it. You know what I mean? Like, but like, what would you do if you really had it? Right. And everything comes along with it. Like, so this journey that I'm on, that I'm in life, God put me here. God did this for me. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for him, I would not be here. So whatever it is that he wants me to do, whatever I was sent here to do and accomplish, that's all that I really want.
That's dope. Yo, it's crazy how you said, I had no way of knowing about the vision board, because you just said something that you had no way of knowing. When I was working out earlier, something came to me. I was listening to something, and they was talking about people climbing the mountain. And I was like, yo, it's so interesting how many things that we've lived vicariously through other people, and we've taken their word for what's at the top or at the end of something, and either decided, oh, I want it because it was like that for them, or I don't want it because it was like that for them. And we oftentimes, when we do the same thing, we're like, yo, I saw that thing you said, that was really dope. I can't believe you didn't like it. But to us, we, when we take people's words for it, take other people's experiences as what it would be for us, we limit the possibility and the connection that we have with God. Sometimes everything you want is at the top of that mountain. You're afraid to climb because your friend said they slipped and almost died.
Exactly.
But you don't know why they slipped and almost died. You don't know what was the cause of their failure. And we take their situation and sometimes run with that as if it's truth. So I'm glad you just said something very key. Like, if it's not for you, you don't want it. But also, if it is for you, you do want it. So that means you got to climb the mountain sometimes.
Yes.
That's dope.
Exactly.
It's extra dope. So I've got a couple of last questions I want to wrap up with you with. So I know you covered at the beginning, but can you give people the links again, the information? I'm gonna put it in the bio as well, for the episode.
You guys, even though I haven't been doing custom cakes for a while, that's not to say that I won't ever go back to it or do classes for it, virtually, of course. So you can follow me on my cake page. I still have it on IG. It's Wednesdays with the S at the end, WEDNESDAYS, Cake Designs. So that's on IG. And then you can also follow me on IG at Wednesday. What's my name on there? One Wednesday. One Wednesday that's my personal page. Then I have Kaked Boutique and Companies. That's Kaked Boutique _company. And I think that was it for IG.
Oh, the TikTok. The TikTok. Don't forget the TikTok.
That's the reason why I confused the two on IG. TikTok is Wednesday _Ayana.
Okay. Now I'm gonna put them links in the episode for y'all, so y'all don't gotta remember them. But I want to make sure that
and
you throw them out there.
The website,
yes.
www.kakeboutique.com.
Perfect. So now you know how to reach her. Now I got two last questions for you. These are more on the lighter side of things. The first question is, if right now somebody gave you $1 million, what's the first thing you will buy?
What's the first thing I will buy?
Yeah.
A house.
Okay. All right. Well, let's break it down a little bit. What would this house? It's $1 million, right? So we need to know what this house looks like. Like, what kind of house is this?
Well, God already showed me a vision of the house that I'm gonna have. It's a 5-bedroom, 4 bathrooms, and a 4-car garage. Um, that's all I know about that house.
That's all you need to know. All
I
right,
never
so
personally, prior to God showing me this house, I did not want a house that big. I'm like, I don't need a house that big. That's a lot of house. And
it's a
then
lot of house.
that's a lot of house.
It's a lot of bathrooms. It's a lot of
Right.
shit.
That's a lot of bathrooms. Exactly. But I promise you, that's been in my spirit religiously. 5 bedrooms, even when I'm just, online looking at different houses and stuff like that. And I still look at 3 bedrooms, 3 and 4 bedrooms. And they're never what I see. And I have to go to the 5 bedrooms. So I can't short myself of what God has already shown me. Anyway,
Right.
so I will buy the house. Why I would buy the house? Definitely because I feel like when your house is in order, which is your foundation, then you can move forward with everything else. I feel like when your house is not intact, then nothing else after that will be intact. That's where you lay your head. That's where you rest. That's where you pray. That's where you meditate. That's where you eat. It needs to be stable and situated prior to anything else.
I like that. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so $1 million, everybody moving to her house. All right, cool. So
No,
next,
I didn't say that.
so I mean, hey, listen, you can live in the bathroom if we
But I
need
got
to.
a bathroom for you to use.
Right, we can live in the bathroom. And so the last question is, and I know we talked about this in the last episode, but let's see if it changed a little bit. In 10 years, if you have any idea, 10 years from now, what do you see Kaked Boutique and Company?
It's the same thing. I get paid just for laying in the shade to take with a glass of lemonade.
That's exactly what you said last time. That's
about
dope.
it. I want to be somewhere living my best life, enjoying life. Like I have put the grunt work in. I can relax a little. I can breathe a little, not to say that I still won't be working, because I know in 10 years I will still be working. God spare my life. But yeah, I want to be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor within the next 10 years.
Right. With all your satellite stores.
If not sooner, Lord, if not
right.
sooner.
With all your satellite stores and your speaking career.
Right.
That's what's up. Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking the time to kick it with me today, doing this little pop-up kind of interview thing. Just kind of want to check in with you, see how things are going. I've been trying to get you back on for a while, so I'm glad we finally did it. And I am excited, super excited. Any last words you have for the people, or any specific items you want to pitch to the people that you got going on right now?
I don't have any specific. Did I say Pacific?
You did. You did. I didn't want to say. I was just
specific. Woo! Items that I want to throw out there. I just want to tell you all, make sure you pray, keep God first, and go for the gusto, man. While you here, go for it.
Wow.
Because time is limited.
I like it. I like that. But can you lead us in not a prayer, but one last word of wisdom? Can you give them that affirmation one last time again?
Okay. Lord. If it's not what you want me to have, then I don't want it. I only want what it is that you want for me to have.
That's dope.
That is it. That is all.
Well, thank you again for stopping to the Thinking Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Emery, Coach Emery, and I wanted to say also to everybody listening, please continue to be dope, continue to follow the path, and just like you said, just go for what's for you, and don't take anybody else's advice on something that you can experience for yourself to determine whether it's right for you or not. So, as always, be dope and be great. Peace.